Did you know that millions of older adults do not realize they have osteoporosis until they break a bone? For many people, a fracture is the very first warning sign. There may be no obvious pain, no unusual weakness, and no clear signal that something is wrong. But here is what makes osteoporosis especially surprising. Before the fracture happens, many people feel completely healthy. They may still walk every morning, work in the garden, shop for groceries, travel, and spend time with their grandchildren. Then one small fall suddenly changes everything. The truth is that osteoporosis is often called the silent bone thief. It gradually steals strength from your bones without causing noticeable symptoms. In TV, explain what is why bone fragile after 60. Who is most at risk, and what you can do to protect yourself. Many people imagine bones as solid, lifeless pieces of stone. But bones are actually living tissue. Throughout your entire life, your body constantly removes old bone and replaces it with new bone. This natural process helps repair small areas of damage and keeps your skeleton strong. When you are young, your body usually creates new bone faster than it removes old bone. This allows bones to become thicker and stronger. But as you grow older, especially after age 50, this balance begins to shift. The body may start losing bone faster than it can replace it. Imagine your skeleton as a house that is constantly being repaired. When you are young, there are plenty of skilled workers replacing damaged wood and strengthening the walls. As you age, fewer repairs are completed. The house may still look normal from the outside, but its internal structure slowly becomes weaker. Osteoporosis is a condition in which bones lose density and strength. Healthy bone has a strong internal structure, similar to a dense honeycomb. With osteoporosis, the spaces inside that structure become larger. The outer walls also become thinner, making the bone more fragile and easier to break. Bone loss usually does not produce pain while it is happening. You cannot feel your bones becoming thinner. You cannot see the changes by looking in a mirror. This is why many people do not know they have osteoporosis until they receive a bone density test or experience a fracture. Women are more likely to develop osteoporosis, especially after menopause. The hormone estrogen helps protect bone tissue. After menopause, estrogen levels fall sharply, and bone loss may speed up. This is one reason women over 65 are often advised to discuss bone density screening with a healthcare professional. Osteoporosis is not only a women's health problem. Men also lose bone as they age. The risk becomes more significant later in life, especially after age 70. Men who smoke, drink heavily, exercise very little, or have certain health conditions may face an even greater risk. Age is only one part of the picture. Other risk factors include low calcium intake, vitamin D deficiency, physical inactivity, smoking, and heavy alcohol use. Long-term use of certain medications may also affect bone strength. Never stop prescribed medication without first speaking with your doctor. Your family history may also provide an important clue. If a parent or close relative had osteoporosis or suffered a hip fracture, your own risk may be higher. This does not mean that you will definitely develop the condition, but it is useful information to share with your healthcare provider. Most people with osteoporosis do not experience obvious symptoms during the early stages. There may be no fever, swelling, or constant pain. Daily life can continue normally for years. That is exactly why osteoporosis is so easy to overlook and why early risk assessment can be important. Although osteoporosis is often silent, certain changes may suggest that the spine has become weaker. You might notice that you have lost height. Your posture may appear more rounded or stooped. You may also develop persistent back pain without remembering a major injury. These changes can sometimes happen because one or more bones in the spine have weakened and partially collapsed. These are called vertebral compression fractures. Some cause sudden pain, while others may develop quietly. A person may simply believe that becoming shorter or more stooped is a normal part of aging. Osteoporosis-related fractures often affect the wrist, spine, and hip. The wrist may break when a person reaches out. During a fall, spinal bones may collapse under normal pressure. The hip can fracture after falling sideways, especially when the bones have already become fragile. A hip fracture can be life-changing for an older adult. It may require surgery, hospitalization, physical therapy, and a long recovery. Some people temporarily or permanently lose part of their independence. This is why preventing falls and detecting weak bones early are so important. People often assume that a serious fracture must have been caused by a powerful fall. But sometimes the fall is not the main problem. The bone was already weak before the accident happened. When bone strength has been greatly reduced, even a minor impact may be enough to cause a fracture. Healthcare professionals can estimate bone strength with a bone density scan, often called a DEXA or DXA scan. The test is usually quick and painless. It uses a low level of X-rays to measure bone density, commonly at the hip and spine. The results can help identify osteoporosis before a fracture occurs. Calcium is an important building material for bones. Good food sources may include milk, yogurt, cheese, calcium-fortified foods, tofu, beans, canned fish with soft, edible bones, and certain green vegetables. A balanced diet is generally better than depending on one single food or supplement. Vitamin D helps the body absorb calcium. Without enough vitamin D, eating calcium-rich foods may not be enough to support bone health. Vitamin D can come from certain foods, supplements, and limited sunlight exposure. Because individual needs differ, discuss testing or supplementation with a healthcare professional. Bones respond to regular physical activity. Weight-bearing exercises, such as walking and stair climbing, encourage the body to maintain bone tissue. Strength training supports the muscles around the bones. Balance exercises can also reduce the chance of falling, which is especially important for older adults. You do not need to become an athlete to benefit from exercise. Even short, regular periods of movement can make a meaningful difference. The most important factor is consistency. Choose activities that match your fitness level. And ask a healthcare professional for guidance if you already have osteoporosis or another medical condition. Smoking can interfere with the body's ability to maintain healthy bone tissue. Heavy alcohol use can also weaken bones and increase the risk of falling. Long periods of inactivity may reduce both muscle and bone strength. Changing these habits can support your health far beyond your skeleton. One of the most practical ways to prevent fractures is to reduce fall hazards at home. Remove loose rugs and clutter from walking areas. Improve lighting, especially near stairs and hallways. Wear supportive, non-slip shoes and consider installing handrails or grab bars where they are needed. If you often feel dizzy, unsteady, or afraid of falling, do not ignore it. Balance problems may be related to vision, medication, blood pressure, muscle weakness, or another health issue. A healthcare professional can help identify the cause and recommend ways to make movement safer. Growing older does not automatically mean that you must develop severe osteoporosis. Age increases the risk, but many other factors can be managed. Nutrition, exercise, fall prevention, medical screening, and appropriate treatment can help protect bone strength and reduce the risk of serious fractures. The best time to think about bone health is before an injury occurs. Once a serious fracture happens, recovery can be long and difficult. Early awareness gives you more options. A simple conversation with your healthcare provider may help you understand your personal risk and whether testing is appropriate. Remember these 3 important points. First, bones are living tissue that changes throughout your life. Second, osteoporosis often develops without obvious symptoms. Third, small actions taken today can help protect your mobility, confidence, and independence in the years ahead. If you found this video helpful, share it with a friend or family member over 60. Learning about osteoporosis before a fracture happens could protect someone from a serious injury. Thank you for watching Senior Health Explained, where we make health information easier to understand so you can stay active, informed, and independent after 60. This video is for general education and does not replace advice from your doctor or healthcare professional.